Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Mabimpressions, and today we're going to be talking about The Last Stand Aftermath from the creators of The Last Stand Union City and Dead Zone. Is their new game worth playing? Let's check it out. If you guys enjoy these types of videos, please like and subscribe. I do upload daily videos, and comment down below. Give me your opinions on this game. Maybe you have questions I did not answer. Also, make sure to stay till the end of the video. I'll be giving you my final rating on if I recommend The Last Stand Aftermath. So, beginning with the developer and publishers by Con Artist Games and Armor Games Studios. I want to thank them for the review copy. However, all thoughts will be my own. The game released on November 16th, 2021, and it is going for $24.99 US. I played the Steam PC version. Here's the story. In a world plagued by zombie-like viruses, a barely surviving colony called the End makes an attempt to gather more resources and bolster their defenses by using volunteers who are doomed to succumb to the virus. You play as many of the volunteers as your last journey, going out further and further as you can, and slowly learning the truth behind the outside world beyond and who is really the enemy here. And the genre is a single-player, zombie, post-apocalyptic, survival, roguelite, high replayability, and top-down shooter. Moving over to the gameplay section, if you guys are interested, all the footage you're seeing came straight from my Twitch, so please come on by. I stream almost every single day. If you want to see the full Let's Play I'm doing, I am uploading it on my MabiVsGamesVOD channel. All links in the description. Thank you so much. So, the majority of this game, you're going to be doing a couple of things. First of all, going on permadeath runs through procedurally generated maps, and it could take somewhere between 20 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how far you are in the game and how good you are. You're going to be gathering a lot of stuff, crafting, gaining a ton of experience and knowledge for permanent upgrades, and furthering the story along. So, let's go into some of those specifics. What do I mean by permadeath runs? Well, every time you start a run, you're going to be using a random volunteer, just a random name, different model, and they have different loadouts. Sometimes they have a gun, sometimes they have melee stuff, consumables, and you are spawning in the colony called the End. Here you have, the armory, you have crafting tables, and then are your NPC stories for quest. You're going to be going to stage by stage in different biomes. There's compounds, log cabins, gas stations, forests, and you're going to be doing lots of events like shops and safety houses. You're going to go until you die or reach the end of the game, but that takes a ton of skill, game knowledge, and leveling up before you do it. Before you go to each stage, you are required to drive your car. Now, you don't actually get the controller card. It kind of acts as your waypoints. You go to a new place, you run out of gas, and you have to loot the area for gas. So you're going to be running around. Sometimes you're going to be, seeing a bunch of enemies. You can go into a house, but there's a gas can on the ground, so you have to figure out a way to get it, put it on your car, and then go. Sometimes you're going to have so much gas you can just skip different stages outright, but it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to, keep looting or not. So let's move on to gathering and crafting. You can, get stuff like weapons. There's guns, melee, bombs. For guns, pretty much you just have to worry about the different ammos you get and attachments. You can increase your damage, lower the spread, etc. For melee, you can craft a bunch, and there's a good amount you can find as well, but it does have durability. So for example, if you see a wrench, maybe you can only hit 35 times until it breaks. So you're going to be, creating new stuff and doing all that stuff. And then you get bombs. You're going to be throwing that. You can also throw a lot of bottles and bricks for, stealth stuff. You can throw, there's a group of 20, you can throw it to the side and try to sneak past them. Also consumables, there's bandages for healing. You got food and drink. You have to manage your stamina. It does deplete over time, or you have to be careful. If you overexert yourself, maybe you dodge and you run out of stamina, it's going to eat at the maximum. So you have to find food and eat it. With crafting, there's a lot of other miscellaneous things you're going to be picking up. Tape, rags, plastic bottles, and stuff like that. And you can do a random craft, so you don't get straight out recipes. You have to combine. It's not a random combine. If you have the items, it will let you do it, but you have to have it in your inventory, and you have to find the right workbench. There's like fire, a crafting bench. So for example, if you put a rag with a rag and I forgot, what was it, water, something like that, you can make bandages, stuff like that. So next up is gaining experience and knowledge. Well, throughout the game, you're going to be going through and dying. When you die, you either lose all your HP or you are actually succumbing to the virus. Now, I think this is going to be a make or break mechanic for some people. I thought it was bad at the beginning, but as I played, I learned to deal with it and mess with it. So this is an ongoing timer, and once it reaches 0, it eats at your health and you're gonna die. This can be slowed, however, with temporary antiviral buffs that you can only carry one with you. So you start with when you activate it, and maybe the timer doesn't go down for about 5 to 10 minutes, and you can find more in rare resource packages and stuff like this. Now, it's good and bad. Once again, it goes into the push your luck aspect, because as your HP goes down a certain percent, like let's say 15%, you're going to be getting a mutation. Now, this is more roguelike-ish, where you get to choose from 4 different mutations. You unlock more as you level up your account, but hey, there's a lot of good stuff bad here. For example, maybe one of the mutations is you do 100% more physical damage, but you are slow to pick up items and stuff like that. So there's a lot of interesting aspects there. You can also loot knowledge. This is a permanent currency. It comes from old world devices like magazines and hard drives that people still want to collect. And you're going to be using this permanent currency to improve all your future characters that you're going to be using. It's one of the long-term aspects of the game. You can get more stats like melee up, maybe a specific gun, maybe you're better with shotguns, increased backpack, ammo, loot chances, a lot of stuff. It's a lot to do there. And then there's the second permanent currency you can get by finding special loot bags and runs. These are unlocks for future runs, but not skills. It's more weapons and resources to find. So you can unlock a gun that you can, loot in future runs, or maybe starting resources for extra crafting to help you get a head start. And interesting, you're going to be doing a complete account leveling up. So every time you kill a zombie, or maybe you die after getting far in the game, you're gonna get experience and level up your accounts. Now that unlocks new things to use with the permanent currency, which is amazing. Okay, so now time for the presentation, the graphics and design. Personally, I think they were pretty amazing. Even though I played on low, I had a slight issue with the performance at the beginning, but I just lowered the resolution to my native monitor, and it worked out. I don't know why it was super high above my monitor. I love the isometric look, and to be honest, I usually don't like it. Like, for example, in a Diablo or a Path of Exile, sometimes it's just way too hard to see anything on the screen. You're too zoomed out, etc. The models here are big enough, easy to see, they look good, and it's zoomed in just enough. It's a very good game to look at. Sounds and music, pretty good music. I wanted a quick mention one of the sound effects, the punching. When you are unarmed and you punch a zombie, it sounds like wet slaps, like it's too funny, dude. We made fun of that the whole time. Okay, now for the meat and potatoes, the pros and cons. What did I like? What do I think is this game's main selling points? Well, first of all, it's a big combination of genres that are perfect for my taste. I mean, zombies, survival, roguelites, permadeath progression, high replayability, man. Each map is very fun to explore. There's a good mix of large maps and small maps with lots of buildings to get into. You can go through the doors, break them down. Maybe you have to duck under a low gate or something. There is stealth as well. Zombies can make noise, so you can punch a zombie and maybe you're hitting with the fist so they won't hear you. Maybe you have a gun and then they do hear you, but maybe you put a muzzle on that. Careful not to knock a zombie into the glass because they'll break it, stuff like that. Combat is fun. Very, very skillful. Very skillful. You have to switch out weapons on a dime, ready to go. And there's different types of zombie. I didn't mention it, but yeah, there's slow zombies, running zombies, and then you got the special infected. Some blow up. Some are tanks that charge at you. Some jump at you like a hunter. So yeah, think Left 4 Dead zombies. They're kind of like that. But one of the big things here is there's always a push your luck aspect there. Do you want to hurry and go through the stages because of the virus? Or maybe do you want to, spend your time here looking for better guns? But you can also go risk running into special infected and just dying there. I see this merchant here. Do I want to trade with him, buying everything? Or do I want to sell things? I'm just going to find more stuff later. So yeah, it's really, really fun. What did I like? What would I change? Honestly, from what I've played so far, nothing. I'm loving the whole package, but if I had to nitpick something, the performance could be better. I saw some slight FPS drops here and there, even with all low settings. But keep in mind, I am running a single stream PC setup, so it factors into that. I think one thing that mechanically should be changed is the weight mechanic. It could be balanced to make it more harder. At the moment, how it works is you loot, and as soon as you hit the encumbrance, everything you do, running, dodging, etc., like, you know, throwing your weapon, smacking with your weapon, it takes up a little bit more stamina, right? Makes sense. But as you continue to gain more and more weight, guess what? It doesn't matter. Nothing changes. So you can, you know, you can cap out at 40 weight, and then you can keep gathering up to 300 weight. Nothing happens. So you're like a black hole of like pockets. So I feel like they should make it so maybe 50% over encumbrance, it slows you down. 100% over encumbrance, it really slows you down, etc. Because right now, like, it felt like survival at the beginning of the game when I started playing. But after a couple hours, you know, after learning, it's not that bad to, you know, have the encumbrance. And once you get upgrades, it's almost going to become like moot. So yeah, that needs to be balanced because it's a little too overpowered. So how about the final thoughts, my verdicts? It's an amazing experience. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to be giving it a 100% recommendation for survival roguelite fans. Oh man, this is easy get your money's worth out of this. I like it a lot. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe for daily videos. If you have any questions, please put them down below. Give me your opinions on the game. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Of course, like I said, all the footage straight from our Twitch and my Let's Play channel. Links down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.